Hi guys, welcome back to the Fit Refresh. My name is Sarah Martinez. I am a health coach and weight loss specialist. I help professional yo-yo dieters create a long-term relationship with food and fitness. Today is a video I'm really excited about. It's all about body positivity. We're trying to get ourselves away from our scales and really dig into finding ways to monitor our weight loss progress without needing to focus and obsess over standing on a bathroom scale. So today, we're going to do 5 body positive ways to monitor your weight loss. Let's go. All right, guys, do me a favor, subscribe to my channel, and of course, like this video and ask questions. I'm always ready in here and able to answer your fitness questions and food questions, anything that you might need. Just to give you a heads up, I'm going to be streaming this on Instagram today as well. So if you don't follow me on Instagram, you should come follow me right away. All the information is down here, right below this video. So if you see me kind of going back and forth between 2 videos, that is why. All right, let's do it. So today we are going to talk about 5 ways to monitor your weight loss without having to use a bathroom scale. So it's really kind of focusing on a body positive perspective on making sure that you're monitoring your progress. So obviously, when it comes to weight loss, you do have to monitor it. You can't just not monitor your weight loss. You have to know how you are getting rid of it. You also need to realize how you are gaining it as well. So it all kind of goes hand in hand in the whole journey of weight loss. So when it comes to finding body positive ways to do that, it's all about a perspective switch. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today, and then actually talk about some actual ways to implement measuring techniques. But mostly the idea is that, instead of focusing, and this is what being body positive is, and I'll just throw this up on my screen here. Being body positive is all about loving your body, self-love, appreciating where you are right now, focusing more on how you are feeling rather than focusing on how thin you are. So it's a really important perspective, because if we always just focus on the weight and the number, first of all, it's going to make you overly obsessed, which that's never cute on anybody, right? But then second of all, it's just really, sometimes the numbers just aren't accurately portraying what you need to know anyway. So you're not even getting the right information that you want and need. So those are really important. But body positive specifically, it's about changing your perspective from wanting to be thinner to thinking about how you feel, and how your perception of how you're feeling is more important than the actual look. And So we're talking about also today stepping off a scale. Now I know a bathroom scale, weight scale is a very useful tool. So don't get me wrong. If you find yourself, weighing yourself, that's great. Be very specific when you weigh yourself. Weigh yourself on one day. Make it the same environment so that everything is, so you're getting an accurate, as accurate of a number as you possibly can. That being said, now there's a lot of different types of bathroom scales, right? They have just the one where you step on it and the little knob goes to the weight or whatever. And then they have some that are we're going to tell you everything about, everything about your body, your biometric, numbers on everything. So there's a fanciness to some of the options, right? But in the end, it really, for the most part, can't be completely accurate on how much of your body weight is water, skeleton, muscle, fat. I mean, some of the scales are getting better these days. But even then, what it does is on those scales is they're sending up a very slight shock wave that goes through your body, which how it travels is how it decides how much of your body is fat and how much is bone or muscle or whatever. So that being said, it's not always going to be accurate. So when you step on a scale, it's going to tell you a number. But sometimes if you step on it early and then you step on it a little bit later that afternoon, you're like, I gained 5 pounds in 1 hour. Your body's going to fluctuate naturally, and it's really discouraging if you're at a point in your weight loss where that is your only form of progress, is what that scale says. You're going to constantly feel like you're failing, and that you don't want that feeling. That feeling is not going to ever let you continue on and keep going to the next step. You want to take the steps that are going to make you want to stay motivated naturally and organically. That is how it's going to happen. And that is how you're going to have a long-term awesome goals. So let's talk about it. We got 5 ways in a body positive way, to monitor your weight loss. So the first thing is, and I've kind of already started touching on it, focus on how you are feeling, not how much you weigh. So right away, you might say, Sarah, well, I feel like crap. That's why I'm trying to lose weight. Right. But, there's so many other small feelings, woven throughout your day. So, you may think of overall your day as like a loss or a win. But the truth is, your day is made up of every little small decision full of losses and wins throughout the entire day. So, the trick is really trying to understand what those feelings are and identify them. It is so easy at the end of a day to say, I failed, I did terrible. So what you need to do is you need to get better about writing out points of your day where you feel a certain way. Like if you do something, you choose the salad over the French fries, that's success. And it's easy to forget once you get to the end of your day that you made that choice earlier that day. Especially if you make a bad choice for dinner, then you're like, well, I messed up this entire day, it doesn't matter. But the truth is you had a great success. So you want to really focus on the good feelings that you're having when you are making good choices. So that's just, again, going back in and not worrying so much about how you weigh, and worrying more and thinking more about, what you're, hey, Casey, thinking more about how you feel about your body and how you feel about your progress, because I promise you more times than not, that's how you're going to find your happy place. Another really good method, which would be number 2, another good method to be able to, check your progress without having to stand on a scale, have a piece of clothing that you want to fit back into. Or a piece of clothing that's like you knew how you felt when you wore those pair of jeans. Maybe at that time, I felt really good. I knew I was at a good weight, and let those jeans be your kind of measuring point. You put them on once a week. You see where you're at. You see if they feel a little bit looser. That is a great way to not only give yourself a goal and stay motivated because you're moving yourself closer to actually getting something that you want. You want to fit back in those jeans. So that's a motivation. But then also, you can feel good when you go, oh, they feel better. Because feel better is always going to be more important than the weight that you are. Because you could gain muscle, lose fat. So you're actually smaller, but your scale is going to say that you're the same weight. So again, that's another example why the scale is not going to always tell you the truth. So have a piece of clothing. I actually have a piece of clothing that I wore when I was really heavy, and it's a dress. And I, every once in a while when I feel fat, I feel like, oh, I'm gaining weight again. This is my life. I'll pull that dress out and remind myself how far I've come. So I have 2 different pieces of clothing that I use. I have the clothing that I try to, I use as my base to stay motivated, but I also have the clothing that reminds me of where I've been. And sometimes that piece of clothing will literally save my day and make me happy. So, you gotta stay committed to the happiness factor. So the third way that you want to monitor your weight loss is by measuring yourself. Now you might say, well, this is kind of like a scale. In a way, it's a little bit more exact than wearing a pair of jeans you liked before or whatever. But what's great about measuring yourself is that you really can't make that up, and there is no way to kind of cheat it. So it's not like a scale where you don't know. It's like you're literally just talking about the circumference of your body. So sometimes you can actually lose weight. Your scale stays the same, but your measurements get smaller because you're smaller now, but you have more muscle mass. So same kind of situation. The scale's going to lie, but the measuring tape will be able to tell you what's really going on. Plus, it's also interesting to know where you lose the most weight from. Everybody's body gains weight in weird places, sometimes it's in people's bellies, sometimes it's in their arms, sometimes it's in their legs. So it really, you can kind of see when you start to lose weight, where do you lose it faster? And that's a really good tool to have as well. I'll tell you something, there's nothing worse than losing a bunch of weight and then never really knowing what your actual measurements were. You're like, I think I was probably this big, So it's a good way to at least monitor without needing to step on a scale. Number 4, this is a good one. Take a photo of yourself. So just, once a week, take a quick photo. At the time, it's never going to look much different than the last. That's just the reality, because we don't change that quickly. However, over time, you'll look back and you'll see the changes happening. You're like, oh yeah, I saw it starting to happen here on week 5 or 6. I was like, you could see it in my face, you could see it in my whatever arms, so just having a picture, it's also good for yourself just to know that you have this, to have this for you. What I would say about taking a picture, make sure that you are consistent with the clothes you're wearing, the place you take it in, and the angle you take it at. Because everybody knows, and because we're all genius selfie takers these days, that if you turn your head a certain way and you turn your body a certain way, you're probably going to look a little thinner than you did the first time. So finding a position that's consistent so that you can get a really good, consistent look about what's actually happening in your body. No cheating. All right, and the last one to help monitor weight loss and progress is repeat a challenge to kind of monitor your progress. And when I say repeat a challenge, something simple like doing 5 squats, 5 sit-ups, 5 push-ups. Really small task, and maybe the first time you do it, it's hard to even get through all of them. Maybe you're sweating by the time you're hitting the squats or whatever. So giving yourself like a challenge to be able to do at least once a week or maybe even a couple times a week and just kind of monitor where you are, because that is progress. When something is hard and you do it enough times to when it feels easy, that is progress. And that needs to start in your mind when you're being body positive. Progress is as big of a deal as hitting your goal weight. So really focusing on, celebrating your small successes. That's the key. Celebrate small successes. And then try to let yourself, appreciate your own body. So, I think it's really easy to be like, well, I want to look like that, or I want to be like that. But the reality is you are you. You can't not be you. So loving you and then focusing on trying to be happy, the happiest version of yourself. That's all you can strive for. My big takeaway from today, you guys, focus on making healthy choices to feel better rather than look better. And I promise you, somehow both are going to happen for you. If you focus on your inner strength, your self-love, doing things that make you feel good, all those things, it benefits you. It gives you positivity, de-stresses you. All those things add to help and aid in weight loss. All right? So instead of working from the outside in all the time, take a moment to try to start working from the inside out. And then usually everything will fall into place. So, all right, that's my big push for today. Obviously, you guys, if you have any questions, you're watching this recorded, or if you're, you popped on here live today, then, always feel free to ask questions. So I do these things so that I can be, a resource. And I do get a lot of questions. I get a lot of messages afterwards and through my website and stuff. So I'm always there, willing to do it. So thanks, Casey. Yeah, have a great day. Happy Thursday, and I will see you guys next week. We'll do another Thursday chat. Just take a look at my stories and Instagrams because I might change up times and stuff through these next couple weeks. But other than that, stay body positive, guys. Step off your scale and just start trying to love yourself a little bit more. And I will see you next time.